everyone, it's Paul from Alexander Knife Sharpening. So, a few weeks ago in the guild, I asked everybody if they had anything they were really happy with for rust removal, especially on the inside of pocket knives. And several guys recommended to me to use EvapoRust. And I gotta tell you, I love this stuff. So, what you're looking at right here is my grandfather's square. It's a big giant square that goes together with two pieces, and he was a carpenter, built houses and stuff, and I've been wanting to de-rust this big giant ruler for a long time, so I stuck it in the jar of EvapoRust, and you can see, so this is the side that hasn't been done, and this is the side that has been, and I mean, it's just amazing. It just took everything off, and you can read it well. And the other thing that I've been using EvapoRust for is just for general cleaning up of gardening tools, which is one of my least favorite things that come in the shop. And I've been using it on pruners and loppers, and when they come in, if they're all rusted, I'll just throw them right into a thing of EvapoRust. So I have this big giant old tea making jar that we had, and I threw these in yesterday, and what happens is you'll see the rust all turns black at first, but what's amazing is when you go to take it off, it comes off so easy. So I'm going to show you the process here. So first I'm going to wash this off, and you'll see a lot of this junk come off, and then I'll probably hit it with the dental abrasive. So let me come over here. I got a little bucket that I use for cleaning stuff. So here's my little bucket, and you'll see that a lot of this junk, let me see if I can prop this so you can see it. That's pretty good. A lot of this stuff will come right off with water. So I have a spray bottle here. So the first thing you'll usually see is you'll see a lot of gray, rust. You'll see that coming off down in the bottom there. And this is always the first part, is just cleaning it with water. But you'll see it just comes right off. So it does have that black color because it converts the rust. But what's amazing is I used to just take these right to a dental abrasive and polish them, and polish all the gunk off with an 80 grit dental abrasive. Now I can do it in like literally less than a minute. Now I'm just going to come over here. Let me get my tripod out, and I'll be back in a second so you can see this. Okay, so I'm back here. And you can see we got these loppers that came in yesterday. First I'm just going to give them a wipe down. And you'll see a lot of this gray and black will come right off. But all the rust is gone. Now normally I wouldn't even bother using, I never used to use a solution. I would just clean these. But it would take a pretty good period of time with the dental abrasives. Let me show you how much faster it is now if you just soak it in EvapoRust. And sometimes I did these overnight, but if they're not super rusty, it only takes about 8 minutes of soaking. And wait till you see how these polish up. It's really amazing what the EvapoRust does. So the other great thing is this will make your dental abrasives last way longer. Because I used to have to really, use them quite a bit to get all the gunk off. Hopefully there we go. Okay, let me just show you. I might have been out of camera frame there, so let me just show you how easy this comes off. You see that? I mean, literally taking like one stroke, not having to do anything else. Now I'm going to turn this around so I'm not catching my dental abrasive on the blade, even though it's pretty dull. I mean, it's like brand new. You see that? And you can just see, I can just get right in there, and there it goes. all the rust. Bye-bye. A little wet up top here. Let's do the top. Do the anvil. And this had a lot of rust in it the other day. And look, it's just gone. I mean, there's just no rust. And literally within seconds, it's polished up and looking good. It just takes all that off. It's non-toxic. I mean, I don't want to say totally non-toxic, but it's a very safe formula to work with compared to a lot of other things that are derusting. If it evaporates a little bit, you can top it off with distilled water. Look at that. I mean, they look brand new. And now all I'm going to do, even though I still have to sharpen them, but just to keep them from flash rusting or any of the rust coming back, I'm going to hit it with some WD-40, also to help any of the water that I use to clean it to get off of it. And so that's what WD-40 is great for. In fact, it was invented for that. If you don't know the story of WD-40, the name WD-40, WD stands for water displacement. And it was the 40th attempt of making a formula that would displace water that worked for them. I believe it was NASA. I think it was being developed for NASA. And that's where WD-40 came from. 40th attempt to make a lubricant that would displace water. And so that's sprayed on there. You can see, I mean, these look great. And they just need to be sharpened now, and they can go back to their customer with no rust. So I just wanted to share that with you. And I really am enjoying using EvapoRust. The hardest thing is just finding containers to get some of the things in that you might want to do. So let me show you. This is my grandfather's plane. This thing was completely rusted up, and it cleaned all of the rust off. And it just did a beautiful job. And I did some other tools around the shop. There was a wrench that I found, and I had some, here's one of them. I had two of these, or two little pairs of pliers. Oh, here's the other one. These were completely rusted, and they just came out great. So big fan of the EvapoRust, and if you really want it to work amazing, I'll put some pictures of pruners I've done in there, but I will throw the EvapoRust into an ultrasonic cleaner and use it in there. And man, it works faster and better if you heat it up a bit and you use ultrasonic cleaner. Absolutely amazing. In fact, I like it so much that I have decided to purchase a second ultrasonic cleaner. So I'm going to dedicate this one solely to EvapoRust, and I'm going to get another one for degreasing and cleaning of different things that come in the shop. So rather than switch the formulas back and forth, because sometimes I was wanting to degrease and clean, and sometimes I wanted to remove rust, I'm just going to make a dedicated machine for EvapoRust and a dedicated machine for degreasing. As always, the links to the products used in this video will be in the description area. I wanted to add the radial disc abrasive you saw me polishing with was not my normal 80 grit that I use when I'm cleaning off really gunked up garden tools. That was actually a 400 grit blue radial disc. The inexpensive ones from China, it's like 3 or 4 of them stacked together on a little mandrel. And that alone will just take that blue, black, gray stuff that the EvapoRust makes off in literally a split second. It's just gone and polishes everything up nice. So you don't even really need to use high grit abrasive, nothing like 80. I'm taking it off after it's been through the EvapoRust with just 400 grit. And you could probably go even higher. It just happened to be what I grabbed.